My sister was jealous that her husband was my mate, so she falsely accused me of killing a concealed man, making me a murderer and subjecting me to whipping every day as punishment. Worse still, when I, as my sister's servant, was accompanying her and her husband to the Lycan King mating ball, I overheard by accident that she was plotting to kill me, so in order to change my fate, I voluntarily proposed to become Luna, the cursed Lycan King. It was rumored that anyone chosen by him would die within a week. But I never expected that I would be his exception. My heart pounded as I raised my hands. I volunteer to be your Luna, your majesty. The room fell silent. I could feel every pair of eyes on me, whispers swirling. She's insane. She'll die within a week. Amir Omega with the Beast King? What's she thinking? Alaric, the Lycan King, paused. His piercing blue gaze bore into me from the top of the staircase, unreadable. The silence stretched on, then his voice cut through it. Repeat that. I took a shaky breath and stood straighter. I volunteer. To be your mate. The words came out firmer this time. The room erupted in disbelief. Some gasped, others laughed. A poor Omega? The king will tear her apart. Alaric raised a hand, silencing them, his gaze never leaving mine. Amir Omega, barely holding your own in your pack. How do you expect to stand as my Luna? My throat felt dry, but I forced myself to speak. I'll prove myself. A slight smirk tugged at his lips, bold words for someone who can barely lift their own shadow. The man beside him muttered something I couldn't hear. Alaric's expression softened for a moment before he turned back to me. Do you understand what you're asking for? His voice cut through the tension. I swallowed, determined. I know what I'm doing. The murmurs grew louder. You'll regret this, someone muttered. Alaric studied me, his gaze searching for weakness. Why? My breath caught, but I stood firm, because I have nothing left to lose. His eyes narrowed, a flicker of curiosity before it vanished. The man beside him spoke again, louder. She's wasting your time, your majesty, let her go. Alaric didn't even glance at him. No, I want to hear her. He began descending the stairs, his steps echoing. I didn't shrink back as he approached, his towering presence overwhelming. Do you understand what being my mate entails? His voice was softer now, though no less dangerous. I nodded, though unsure if I truly did. This isn't a position you can simply claim, little wolf, he said, almost mocking. It requires strength, tolerance, patience, power. I'll find those things, I whispered. He tilted his head, his icy eyes boring into mine. You think you can survive in my world? Do you know how many women have stood where you are now? None of them are alive to speak of it. My breath hitched, but I held my ground. I won't end up like them. The room went dead silent. Alaric let out a cold laugh and glanced at the man beside him. The meeting is over. Nox, escort her to her room. Nox, so that's his name. I blinked in surprise, but before I could respond, Alaric was already walking toward the exit, not waiting for an objection. But my sister Amira stepped forward, her violet eyes filled with anger. Your Majesty, you don't understand. She's my servant. How can she be Luna? She's nothing. Her words drew the crowd's attention. My fists clenched, but I kept my head down, refusing to let her see my anger. She's not qualified. She's a murderer. The last word rippled through the room, but Alaric didn't stop. He didn't even look back. Enough, he commanded. The single word froze her mid-sentence. She snapped her mouth shut, her face twisted with indignation. Without looking back, Alaric raised a hand dismissively. You forget yourself, Amira. I don't explain my decisions. After that, Nox led me to my quarters, and my jaw dropped at the sight. A huge four-poster bed, soft sheets with golden embroidery. It was nothing like the cold, cramped spaces I had known in Amira's pack. Welcome to your quarters, Nox said,